A Mochi moment from Sadie, who writes, I'm not crying, you're crying. This is what I said during my first appointment with my physician at Mochi, because I didn't have to convince him I needed a GLP-1. He understood, and I felt supported, not judged. I came for the weight loss and stayed for the empathy. Thanks, Sadie. I'm Myra Ahmed, founder of Mochi Health. To find your Mochi moment, visit joinmochi.com.
Sadie is a Mochi member compensated for her story.
Do you know what her name is? Esther Victoria Blodgett.
Hey, we'll have to do something about that right away. Esther Victoria. Vicky, how about Vicky?
Oh, I think that's terribly cute.
Let's see, Vicky. Vicky what? See, Esther, Bester, Sester, Dester, Fester, Jester, Hester, Dester, Lester. Vicky Lester.
Oh, I like that.
Say it.
Vicky Lester.
Say it again.
Vicky Lester.
Say it again.
Vicky Lester.
Vicky Lester.
Say Vicky Lester.
Vicky Lester.
Vicky Lester.
Vicky Lester.
Vicky Lester.
Hey everybody, I'm Jay Bullington.
And I'm Keith Carcino, and we want to know,
Have you seen this one?
So with this bird feeder, are you getting different kinds of birds or all?
Well, I am now. I had one that was attached to the bathroom window.
Okay.
But it was too close to all the electrical equipment, and the squirrels were eating all the feed, the bird seed.
Right. Yeah,
the squirrels were eating all of it. I mean, they were just looking at me like, what? I'd bang on the window right in their face. They're like, what? You can't touch me.
Yeah.
You know, they're so darn smart. So now I have this other one out here, and like my friend said, I said, well, I've got a device, and it seems to be keeping the squirrels out. And she texted me back, yeah, for now, ... because they're so smart.
They will find a way.
And speaking of smart, if you're smart, you're listening to us right now. Hello, HYSTOphiles. I'm Jay Bullington.
I'm Keith Carcino.
And thank you for being smart and listening today. Before we go on, we want to say, sending our love to our friend Shauna West. She was supposed to join us today for the movie, and we're going into a series with this one. We'll talk about that later. And she will be joining us for the rest of it. She wasn't able to join us today. So, Shauna, we're missing you, sweetie, but we love you.
Miss you, Shauna.
And
can't wait to see you.
Yeah, we'll
definitely
see you soon.
Connect with you soon. Yeah,
absolutely. We'll see you soon. Okay, so let's talk about what's new. What's been new with you, Keith?
All right,
what's been
Jay,
entertaining you?
I think I know the answer to this, but what is your favorite shark movie of all time?
Oh God, you have to ask.
I don't really. I know it's Jaws.
Well,
right?
It's Sharknado, of course. No, it's the one and only Jaws.
The original. Man, that opening scene in Jaws, the original. I mean, it gets you hooked right from the beginning. You're like, okay, I got it.
It's even when you know what's going to happen, you can't take your eyes off the screen.
Right, especially like swimming in the ocean at night. It's just
it's beautiful.
Moonlight,
it's
the
terrifying.
Moonlight sharing.
It's
everything. Exactly.
Everything.
Well, that brings me to what I watched last night. I've seen this movie in parts, but I came upon this movie as the opening credits were showing. This is the infamous, maybe for the wrong reasons, Jaws 2, the sequel.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead. No, now
okay.
I'm trying not to react because I want to hear what you think.
All right.
You have never seen it, okay?
And the opening scene was brand new to me. I was watching it and comparing
You've never
it in
seen
the back
the
of
whole
my
movie?
mind. No, I hadn't. No, I had not.
Okay.
No.
Okay. I forget that you were like, 20 years younger than
this
me.
came out like what, 1978. Yeah.
Yeah. So you weren't even born.
This is still a late 70s movie. And
I was 18, baby. I was at the movies watching this. It was like, yeah.
You can watch it without any without parental consent.
That's right. That's right. Drove myself to the theater.
The opening scene was such a letdown. Oh, it was so bad. And honestly, I don't think the movie got much better after that. The shark itself was just not the same as it was. It didn't carry the same presence as it did in the original. I was very underwhelmed by it I had a hard time making it to the end, to be honest with you.
Wow. Okay.
Why? Did you like it?
I really like Jaws 2.
Did you really?
I do.
Oh.
I like it. And I'm telling you, I know I still like it because it wasn't maybe last year that I saw it again, watched it again. I've got the whole Jaws. I've even got Jaws the Revenge on disc because I bought a set,
Right.
And sometimes, you want to watch that just to laugh because it's so bad. Jaws 3, I even, parts of Jaws 3 are like, oh, because the 3D thing was like, you can tell what they're going for. But it was still pretty good, I thought. I
did like
Jaws 2, though. I really liked it.
The ending was okay. I just thought they could have done more within the first hour and a half
I'm
of the movie.
surprised that you didn't like the opening scene at all.
The opening scene was weak. Like, it barely even showed the shark and the kill. All it does was show red water.
Remember the original Jaws, they hardly ever showed the shark until basically the end of the movie,
That's true. I did like the foreshadowing in the second one in the opening scene where the camera starts taking pictures as it's floating at the bottom and hits the bottom. That's going to come back and we get to see him. But even then, even when they showed the picture that finally came back out, all you saw was kind of like an eye in the corner. It was kind of hard to tell what it was. And then I don't know. I thought again, but
you're not supposed to see the whole thing yet. But
anyway. I know. Yeah, it's also me comparing it to the greatness of the original, which isn't really fair.
Which you hardly ever see the shark. Anyway,
right? That's I guess until the end, right? Exactly.
That's true. That's true. And then it's so funny because the reason you'd hardly see the shark originally was because it wouldn't work. Every time they tried to film, every time they tried to film it, it would mess up. It wouldn't work. So he had to keep thinking, okay, how can we do this without showing it because it's not working? And it made it better. It made it more. It's like more. Wow. What is this thing? And you only get pieces. And when you finally get it, it's like whoa. Then it's really and that is the best way for a bad guy in a movie to show up bits and pieces until boom,
keep building the suspense and then just throwing it on him.
I say give Jaws 2 another chance. That's all
okay. I'm totally open for that.
All right.
This other one, I've heard kind of an extremity of different reactions to this movie.
I think I know what you're going to talk about. Go ahead.
This is the movie Undertone.
Yes.
Okay. Did you end up watching it? Have you seen this one? Oh, dude, you did? Okay.
I watched it last night, and I want you to know I was riveted.
Me too. I felt the same way. Yes.
I was. Thank you so much for this tip, man. I was riveted, and I didn't know what to. And your advice was very good. Of course, I watch everything with closed captioning now.
Me too.
I just watch everything because it's like, what was their name? What city are they in? Or
especially in scary movies like this, where sometimes there's some dialogue that's very kind of hush hush, or you can't really, or even background
a dialogue
stuff
that's maybe an undertone.
Exactly. This movie also used a lot of like backwards or like reverse dialogue
and
too, which was
seeing it written backwards.
Exactly.
It's like, whoa.
There was one particular phrase that I actually Googled and looked up, and I saw what it was, and I was like, okay, this even makes the movie better. I was so into it. Well, other people have said, though, that they found it kind of boring. And
but see,
I thought it moved well through the whole.
Skinamarink, people were the same way about that one.
Right. But I can understand that one. That one was even more
abstract.
It was very abstract.
But this was a little abstract, I think, for a lot of horror fans.
Really?
I think it was a little abstract. You're only seeing you never see one character at all. You just hear him.
That's true.
Which was I thought that was an interesting way to do this. You don't even see him on her screen at all. Right. You just hear him. Well, and yet you relate to him so much.
Absolutely. Yeah. I could hear. Yeah. Right. Everything he said, I was like, okay, that's his intonation and his expressions were exactly.
He was like the common sense guy more than her. Right. Even though she thought she was. Okay. We don't want to give away too much because we're not covering this movie.
But I also understand why it may have got a negative view, because many people wanted to see the demon or the spirit or whatever it was, and it revealed itself in different ways.
Always work.
Well, and you and I are both the kind that like it more so when they
like
show
it either
less.
way. I like it. Right. Well, you now listen to you. You like it when we show less, and you just wanted to see more shark.
But in this case here, for like a spirit that you don't really know about, it's kind of like you got to build it in. You got to show little pieces. And if they end up going all out and showing you the beast or the monster, the spirit, the demon, the whatever, they've got to do it right. If it's done poorly, the whole movie
can ruin everything.
It can ruin everything. Right.
You're right.
So it's got to be expertly done and well executed.
Keith, I thought this was this is one I'm going to go back and watch again.
I think I will too.
Just because there are certain things that I'm like, wait a minute, what Did I see that or did I hear that right?
Mm-hmm.
And there are a couple moments that I did rewind for a moment. Did I see that? And sure enough, I did see that.
Yeah,
And
right.
I don't want to give things away. I don't want
Of
to.
course
We're not
not,
covering
but
it.
yeah, this is one I would recommend to anyone who loves
and
good,
I appreciate
strange
the
horror
tip,
movies.
man.
I'm so glad you liked it. Yeah, make sure again, lights off, sound up,
Yes.
subtitles on. Yeah,
Lights off because it's
off.
It's very dark. It's a dark movie.
Exactly. You want to be able to see everything clearly.
Yeah, you do.
Turn the brightness of your TV up a little bit if you want. Yeah, too. But all right, that's all I got for today. How about you, Jay? What's been entertaining you lately?
Okay, well, I just celebrated my birthday.
Hey, happy day!
Thank you. And like every year, I got to be on our friend Latrice Carter, her podcast, Horror Movie Warriors, and I'll be posting a link to that. She said the link will probably go up Monday.
Okay, cool.
But I'll post the link when that comes up. And we usually do a birthday theme horror movie, but this year we did Friday the 13th Part 2.
Okay.
Because it came out on our birthday in 1985.
Oh, wow. Awesome. It's like when 41 years later.
Yeah. When she was 5 and I was 25. And she's like, did you go to opening night? And I'm like, honey, I was 25 years old and opening night was Friday night. My 25th birthday on Friday night. I was not
at the movies.
I was not in the movies. I was not at the movies. I promise you. But I did see it. I did go see it.
Sure,
and I liked it, which if you listen, you'll hear. So that was fun. Cool. 2 movies came out recently. One on my birthday, but and they're both really big movies. The first one, Michael.
The Michael Jackson movie.
Yeah, the Michael Jackson movie, directed by Antoine Fuqua, with Jafar Jackson as Michael.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in the minority on this one. I did not think it was that great.
Oh, really? Interesting. Okay.
His nephew is really good at imitating his dance moves.
Okay.
And they make him up to look like Michael in a lot of scenes. He looks like him. It's really just a bunch of his father being a jerk and an asshole. And his nephew imitating him, doing his videos and stage performances, and that's really it.
Oh,
it's 2 hours of that.
It didn't go into his deeper into his life and his own personal self, and
supposedly, apparently, this is part 1.
Oh,
so there's going to be a part 2.
2 hours,
and I'm sure. I'm sure they're making billions on this thing all over the world. Yeah. So they're making money. Then. Yeah. I can't think of it right now. Oh God, I'm embarrassed. The actor who plays his father, he's really a good actor, and the one who plays the actor, Nia Long, plays his mom. They're both really good actors, but he is just so you don't like him. You're not supposed to like him, but. Right. Jafar Jackson is just not a good enough actor to pull this off, in my opinion. Really? He's just not a good enough actor.
Okay.
He can look like he can move like him, not exactly. Nobody can move exactly like Michael Jackson.
Of course not.
But I was pretty disappointed in it. Sorry, Latrice. Latrice loved it. So
his dad was Joseph Jackson. Is that right? Coleman Domingo was the actor.
Coleman Domingo. Thank you. Yep. Who is a great actor. Yeah. And I've seen him in so many interviews and he's really funny. I like the man. I like the person, Right. You're not supposed to like the character. You're not
That's
the
right.
character.
Not
You're not supposed to like Joe Jackson. You're not supposed to like him.
Right.
But there's such weird stuff. And also, like Janet Jackson told them, I'm not going to have anything to do with this. And so when they have all the family things, everybody's there, but Janet's not there. She's never in the whole movie because she said, no, I'm not going to take part in this. So they just, okay, you're not going to be in it.
Well, not just that, but okay. I thought
they just pretend,
not only will I won't be in it, but I don't want my image.
No, she didn't say that. She just said, I'm not going to take part in this. So they just pretend like there's no Janet Jackson in the world.
They didn't mention Janet at all.
No, they don't even say, there's another sister. Even when they're all there for holidays and stuff, it's like
a slap in the face to her who didn't want to be part of it.
Well, of course. It's like, well, you didn't want to, partake in this.
And
it's just a
that takes a knock on the integrity of the movie, I would say.
I agree, and I tell you, like I say, I know I'm in the minority on this one, but I just did not care for it.
Okay.
I was disappointed. Now, the movie I loved. I can't wait to see again. The Devil Wears Prada 2.
Oh man, Carissa, one of her friends, and Liza went to go see this at the theater yesterday. Yeah, what'd you think?
I loved it.
Yeah, okay.
So much fun. David Frankel directed it. He's so good, and of course, everybody came back. Meryl Streep,
everybody
Anne
came
Hathaway,
back.
Amanda.
Pete? No.
Pete. No. Amanda Peele.
Oh yeah, is she the British actress?
Yes.
No, okay, I love her. She's great.
Oh,
what about what's his name? I can't think of his name now. Tucci, Stanley Tucci.
Oh, Stanley Tucci. Yes, of course.
Yeah, gotta
of course. And he's you know what I found out today? Damn him. We're the same age.
Really?
Well, I take that back. I am 6 months older than him.
Okay, I want to say you do seem a little more mature and well put together.
Well, I was thinking this watching the movie. I'm like, look at this guy. He looks damn good. And I get home and say, he's my age. Oh, God.
Wow.
Really? Damn.
Both of you seem around that sounds about right.
Well, I appreciate that. But no, when they show close-ups on him, man, he's got no wrinkles. No, his neck is so young. I'm like, damn, dude.
If they put you front and center in the screen, they'd put enough makeup on you.
Oh, maybe with the makeup guy, I might look a little better. Okay. I'll take that. Anyway, I highly recommend The Devil Wears Prada 2. It was really fun.
Lucy Liu, Justin Theroux is also in this too.
Oh, yes. And that's just the people that are on the list. There are also people that pop up just in fun cameos that you don't expect to see in the movie. And it's like, what? Okay. Oh, and there's one toward the end that had me cracking up. It was so funny. She's really funny in this. I'm not going to say who it is. It's just, all I know is I'll tell you it's a woman. That's it. That's it.
Oh, that's all I'm going to say.
That's all I'm going to say. But she really cracked, and I was not the only one in the audience laughing. It was really fun.
Oh, interesting. Okay, cool. What did you think of it compared to the first one?
This one was more fun than the first one.
The other one had a little heavy.
I don't mean that the first one wasn't fun.
It was fun.
But this one, well, yeah, there was a lot of fun in the first one, but there was also a lot of serious stuff and some really pretty good acting in that thing, you know?
For sure. Well, you have Meryl Streep, of course.
Well, and Anne Hathaway. I mean,
Anne Hathaway has the chops to hang.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. She can keep up.
For sure.
But this one focused more on the fun.
Okay.
And on purpose. I mean, it was like, okay, we're back to have fun. Okay.
But obviously there was like a plot and a problem.
Oh yeah. And there's a little bit of a tiny little, it's not like a mind-blowing twist. It's not M. Night Shyamalan, but it's a little twist. It's, really? Oh, that's how that, okay.
Okay. No.
But otherwise it's just, and also fabulous clothes, of course.
Of course. Fashion movie. Absolutely.
I mean, wow. They look just amazing in this movie. It's like especially towards the end, they go on this this trip, and you can see that they're doing this on purpose. It's a fashion show.
Of
it's
course.
Just shot
a chance to show off
walking through doorways with camera flashes going off and them smiling and walking. Well, everybody else but Meryl Streep smiling. She's never smiling. Her character never smiles.
I love that about her, Miranda.
That was a fun movie. So highly recommended. Go see it.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so let's get into our movie now. Before we get into this, we are going into, and I'm not going to make you just boom, just go live in this.
Not going to
Yeah, but slowly but surely, we're going to get through all these movies. Okay. We're going down A Star Is Born rabbit hole. Now, I wanted to start with the movie that started this whole thing. It's called What Price Hollywood. That came out in 1932. No, it came out before that, because this movie came out in 1932.
No, this one's 37. The first one.
Oh no, I got the wrong date on this one.
Yeah. Look at me.
I got the wrong date on this one. Okay, so 1932. Oh, that's why, because I changed the notes on this to to the
right.
movie, and I forgot to change the year.
Oh yeah, we had a hard time finding the 37 one. Yep.
We couldn't find What Price Hollywood, and of course, I should have known. I should have left it up to Keith, because after I said, "Oh, I can't find it anywhere," and we start recording, and Keith's like, "Oh, here it is."
Just happened to be this one locked away corner.
No, leave it to Keith, man. He's
back
of
the internet.
I should have known.
Yep.
So we will get back to what originated this whole idea after we go through A Star Is Born, the series of these movies.
I like that idea too of going back to the original. You could have like a frame of reference of like how the other stories were impacted by the original.
And I'm thinking now there's another couple movies I want to get into later that we're going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do the American version and then the
oh cool.
And then we'll go
I like
back
that kind
and
of
do
stuff.
The foreign version that inspired
cool.
it. Okay.
Oh, I love that.
We might do a couple of those. Yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm all game.
We're gonna start our rabbit hole with A Star Is Born from 1937, Jay. This is directed by William A. Wellman. It stars Janet Gaynor. Now, Janet Gaynor, I don't know if you remember. Do you recognize her?
I recognize some people in this movie. I didn't recognize her, though.
Okay, you will, though. Do you remember the silent movie I had you watch called Sunrise?
Yeah.
And remember the woman, she lived on the farm? And then her husband brought her to the city, and he was going to drown her, but then he said, "No, I love you too much," and he brought her to the city.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's her.
That's her.
Okay,
she looks very different because she's much more glamorous in this movie.
I see it. Yeah. Okay, I see it.
Now she won an Oscar for that movie, Sunrise. And in this movie, when she holds that Oscar later on, when we talk about it,
that's hers from that
Oscar.
Movie.
She's holding her Oscar.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's Janet Gaynor. Fredric March, I love Fredric March. He's in my favorite. There are several versions of this, but he's in my favorite Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde movie. He is the best. He's the creepiest, the best.
Okay.
And then Adolphe Menjou. Adolphe Menjou, he plays the producer, and he was in everything back then. He was, the words suave and debonair, they were like, that's who you thought of in your mind when you thought of those words back then.
No, they came from him, huh?
He always played,
gotcha.
He was always just this classy guy,
Right.
And he could do it funny, he could do it serious, he could do it no matter, but he was always the classy guy. Okay, so the summary. Well, hang on. Before we get into this, let's. I forgot. I got so excited. Let's go into the trailer.
Oh, right.
Before you lies the most glamorous city on earth, Hollywood, California. A city where men and women skyrocket to fame or plunge to oblivion. What happens amid the glamour of such famous gathering places as the Ambassador Pool, the Trocadero on the Gold Coast of the film city, at the Brown Derby where famous stars meet, or in the gay setting of Santa Anita Park? It's all a part of fantastic Hollywood. Hollywood at playtime. Here behind the walls of Selznick International Studio, we see Hollywood at work. A new Janet Gaynor is in the making. A Janet Gaynor never before seen on the screen. Co-starring is Fredric March, more likable, more swashbuckling than ever before. But don't come to see A Star Is Born expecting to find a Cinderella story or a glorification of motion picture. Instead, you will be shocked by the price that must be paid in heartbreak and tears for every moment of triumph in Hollywood.
What I'm here to find out is, do I get them or do I get them?
Unforgettable scenes of drama, intimate secrets in the lives of the great, bold revelations of how screen careers are ruined, come to light in Selznick International's Technicolor production, A Star Is Born. The rich human interest story of Hollywood is filled with happiness and despair, joy and tragedy, a crazy quilt of madness, sanity, laughter and tears, the desperate struggle to reach the top and the battle to remain there. Selznick International brings you Janet Gaynor and Fredric March, with a notable supporting cast including Adolphe Menjou in the role of a producer.
You're not in jail, are you?
May Robeson.
Hello, can you hear me?
Andy Devine as an assistant director.
Quiet! Quiet!
Lionel Stander as a headline-grabbing press agent, and Edgar Kennedy. They come to you in Hollywood's first true story, rising from the heartaches and laughter of a million men and women. Janet Gaynor and Fredric March in A Star Is Born give you a Hollywood the world does not know. They answer for the first time a strange question. What is the cold fear clutching at the hearts of the famous?
So, from 1937, Jay, The movie is
Right,
A Star is
got it.
Born, directed by William A. Wellman. We already talked about the stars. Let's give a quick summary here. Young Esther Victoria Blodgett comes to Hollywood with dreams of stardom and achieves them only with the help of alcoholic leading man Norman Maine, whose best days are behind him. So, before we get into this first version of this movie, well, the first A Star is Born, what did you know anything about these movies at all? What did you know about these movies?
I knew that they were made. I didn't know anything more about it. That's all that I knew.
You've heard the title.
Right. From the most recent one, just several years back, the one with Lady Gaga.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first introduction to this series of Star is Born.
But you haven't seen that one either, right?
I have.
Okay, you have seen that one.
I have seen that one.
To be a completist that I am, we are going to cover that one.
Of
we'll
course.
Have to talk about that one too. But you haven't seen the other three, though.
I have not seen anything else and don't know anything about them.
Okay.
Although while watching this movie, I could make the connections and how they're related.
Oh, yeah.
It's very clear. Yep.
Okay, so getting into this one. Farm girl Esther Victoria Blodgett, I love that name. She yearns to become a Hollywood actress, although her aunt and her father discourage her. Oh, and let's talk about her aunt. The actress who plays her aunt.
It's before the aunt even speaks. She has a very minor role in this, but as soon as I see her, I'm like, I recognize her. And then she opens her mouth, like, that is her. So I went in and looked her up.
I can't believe I didn't know this. Go ahead.
She played Annie M from the original Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
Which, again, isn't the biggest of roles. But when you hear her and see her, it's like, oh, it's uncanny.
And now, oh my God, Keith, now I see it. I hear it. It's so crazy. Her name is Clara Blandick.
Yeah.
And there she is. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah,
how many times have I seen this movie
and never
and of course, how many times have I seen The Wizard of Oz? Oh my God!
Of course, right?
And never made the connection that was Annie M. I think part of it is Annie M was so kind. And Auntie here,
true.
She's Auntie. She plays an Auntie in both. It just hit me. But this Auntie is not nice. This and boy, she really played two different ends of the rainbow, so to speak. Okay, so
you were on it today, man.
Yeah. Right.
Two ends of the rainbow.
So her aunt and father discourage her, but her grandmother, who is fabulous, the fabulous May Robson, I just love her. Her grandmother, I love it when she says, "I don't." When her aunt says something like, "Well, I don't hear anybody calling out your name to be a star," and that's funny. Her grandma comes in. That's funny. I didn't hear anybody asking you anything. Something of that nature. Anyway,
in defense, that was nice.
And she gives this wonderful talk to her about when her and her husband came across in wagons. Because this is how old. Think about it. That could actually be her grandmother. Could have been a pioneer. It's crazy back then.
Right.
But anyway,
it's true.
Her grandmother gives Esther all of her savings and says, go to Hollywood. And she says, but I just can't imagine our aunt, Auntie's face when she finds out I'm gone. And her grandmother says, I've been dreaming of that all my life.
Oh, Auntie, $75 is way too much.
I know. And that's her life savings. It was like, okay.
Right.
Like she said she was saving it for her funeral, but she said, it looks like I'm never going to die. So here.
That was a good one. It's a good line. It's a good line.
Oh, she's so cute. So she goes to Hollywood and she tries to land a job as an extra even. But there are so many people that have the same idea that the casting agency isn't even accepting applications anymore.
Right.
She said, look at all these names. There's, she says 1 in 100,000 maybe. And she says, well, maybe I'm that one though.
I love that. And I love the scene too of when all those operators are all taking the calls and they're all saying, sorry. Like every second 10 would ring and they'd have to keep telling them the same thing. That's all people who are in the same position as her trying to find a gig, which is crazy to think, but that's
the hopefulness in her voice and in her face when she says, maybe I'm that one. It's like this little girl believes in herself. She's such a good actor. I really like her.
She did a great job at this role. I agree.
She makes a friend at her new residence at the boarding house she's at. Oh, I love the man who runs the boarding house too. He's really cute. But her new friend is an assistant director. His name is Danny McGuire, and he's not working either. He's trying to find some work also. and then they go together. Oh, he gets a job, and he's like, well, let's go. So they go to a concert at the Hollywood Bowl, which is a very famous theater out in Hollywood. And that's a real place,
Okay.
So they go celebrate Danny's employment, and that's when they first see that, and we first see Norman Maine, the famous Hollywood star,
in all his glory.
And she admires him so greatly, and he's been a major star for years, but he's obviously drunk off his ass.
Yeah,
and funny but obnoxious. Obnoxious, but yet there's still some humor, a little bit.
Sure, like falling out of a seat, picking fights.
And when he's making all this noise, and then when she talks to Danny, her friend. And she says, "Oh my goodness, I think he's had And then Norman goes, "Shh."
Right, he looks back
and she's
at
like,
her.
And she looks at him like, "Me?
You're right. You were telling me to be quiet, like after what you just did."
So he causes a scene at the Hollywood Bowl, and there's pictures. It's a mess. And apparently his alcoholism has sent his career into a downward spiral, and things are going badly. So
you know what? I say this. I was worried that they were going to make like Danny kind of come onto her or make some kind of relationship out of that. Yeah. And I was glad that they didn't. Right. I'm glad that they just let that go.
Her friend.
Right. And they kept it that way.
I mean, and through the whole movie.
Through the whole movie.
He's her
through
friend.
Thick and thin, through
Don't
the
you
best
love
of
that?
times and worst. I love that.
Don't
I really
you love
do.
that?
I love that they kept that together.
And that would
important.
have been so easy. That would, no, that's not
or
what this is
for him
about.
to try to take advantage of her or something.
But they didn't. I love that they didn't do that.
I love that they didn't do that. They kept it a good, wholesome friendship, a great relationship.
They were adorable. I love the scene where they were talking about how we're going to help each other, and they're having milkshakes with rum.
Milkshakes, hitting each other. Yeah.
And she keeps falling off the stool. She just climbs right back up. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, it's a good scene.
Really cute. So Danny gets Esther a one-time waitressing job at some fancy Hollywood party. And he's like, oh, it's not acting, but you know what? There's going to be a lot of important people there. Maybe someone will notice you. So while she's serving hors d'oeuvres, as she calls them in one, I love when she's doing all the different voices.
She's
so
trying
talented.
to be, right. She's trying to be all dramatic and show her chops and stuff. And
she's so talented. So while she's serving hors d'oeuvres, she catches Norman's eye. And
that's what I don't get. Through this whole movie, I don't see what Norman sees in her. I mean, just her beauty? Is it just her beauty?
Not just her beauty. There's just
her character, her personality.
There's something, and and also it's a movie,
right? Exactly.
I mean, come on, sometimes
the girl he was with was, I don't know, like extremely attractive. Not that,
but she was also
not that she's not. She is. She's cute. I think she's cute.
She's adorable, and the girl that he was with. She was pretty.
She was a bitch. She was a
bitch.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, I think a lot of that's personality. I mean, her personality was, right. And you see that personality again later,
yes,
later.
A few times. Yeah.
So anyway, he goes home that night all drunk, but he's like, Oliver, that's Adolf Menchu, the producer, Oliver Niles. So, you got to give this girl a screen test. And Oliver's like, another one, huh? And he's like, no, this one's different. I'm going to do it with her. I'll be there and do it with her myself. I'm telling you, I will be there in the morning. And Oliver's like, you're going to be there in the morning? Okay.
Right. Fat chance. Okay. Let's see.
So he gets Oliver Niles to give her a screen test. And they're like, oh, okay. They give it a screen test, and it seems to go all right. It seems to go all right, and they sign her to a contract. And then I love when they and I use this. You haven't heard it yet, but at the beginning of this episode, I use this clip where they talk about her name. This is when they give her a contract, and then they have to give her a new name because they find out her name is Esther Victoria Blodgett.
Right. And you said, I agree with you. I think it's a pretty cool name.
Cracked up when she's like, I love the way he says Blodgett.
Blodgett. Yeah. It's a cool name, but the one they chose for is more Hollywood. More Hollywood.
Today, she would just be Esther Blodgett to be nobody. But back then, no, you didn't do that. You had to have a nice name.
Don't they still do that nowadays? Don't they?
People still come up with names, but you could. But I'm saying, if you wanted to, you could be Esther Blodgett and be fine.
Okay.
If you wanted to. But people change their names all the time. Oh my God, look at all these musical stars, especially right now. That's the big thing, or change the spelling from your name to a TH to an X or whatever.
Whatever. Gosh. Or whatever.
This is an old fart talking here. So anyway, so they give her the new name, Vicky Lester. And I put that scene, an edited version of it at the beginning of the show, of this episode. Vicky Lester. Yeah. And so then she starts practicing her lines for her first tiny role. Who said, "Hello, no, Mr. Smith is not in," and she's supposed to be an operator, a telephone operator. And Norman says, "Oh," and she's at the commissary, which is what they call where everybody eats, like a cafeteria at the studio. She's in the commissary and she's at the bar eating breakfast, and he's there and he's like, "Hey," or lunch. It's probably lunch for her and breakfast for him, Norman. And Norman's like, she's like, "Oh, I got a job. It's one line, but I'm really excited." He's like, "And how are you?" It's like, "Oh, we're having a terrible time finding a lead for our movie. It's called The Enchanted Hour, and we just can't find." And he looks at her. We're looking for like someone young and sweet. And he's like, "Oh my God."
I'm looking at it right here.
He doesn't say "Oh my God," but he says something similar to that. And he's like, "What? Wait a minute." So he persuades Oliver to cast Esther in the movie. So now it stars Norman Maine and Vicky Lester. And they show, and I love the opening night of the movie is so fun. Oh, and I have to go back to something before this, but anyway.
Okay.
But they go to opening night, and it's so fun. It's so exciting for her. And he's like, yeah, I've been here, done that. But obviously, it's an overnight success. Everybody loves her, and they're like, him. And I have to say, Fredric March, on purpose, when he's acting that scene with her in that fake movie, he literally is acting badly on purpose.
On purpose. Cool.
Because he's really a good actor, but he's being a ham bone. He's right
for the part,
and it works.
Gotcha.
It works.
Well, it's interesting too. I mean, it's obvious, and I love the way they play this out. It's how you can tell that she's this budding new actress. She's the new hot shit of the town,
right?
And he is, his heydays
going
over.
down.
He's way down. He's at the end of his career.
Down
and on the way out. One foot out the door.
At the end. And what's really interesting to me. The movie opens at the Grauman's Chinese Theater in Hollywood. That's the big theater. Okay. When Esther first gets to Hollywood, she goes to Grauman's Chinese Theater. She's standing in front of it, the big theater. That's a famous theater. Where they have all the handprints and footprints of all the famous stars.
All the stars.
And she looks at Norman Main's. Those are fake, obviously, because it's Norman Main's not a real person.
Fictitious.
So they put a fake one, but right next to the fake one is Janet Gaynor's handprints and footprints.
Oh, really?
Signature. Her actual,
God.
And in certain prints of the movie, you can see part of her last name in the corner of the frame.
Oh, neat. Okay. Yeah. I like how they
it was so funny. She got to be right next to her name while she did that. I thought that was really cool. So Norman proposes to Esther, and she's like, "Nope." I love that. She's like, "Nope. You drink too much. I can't. No, can't do it."
No.
So then,
like that.
So then when he says, "What if I promise all those things?" He said, "Well, if I gave up drinking and I did this and I did that." She's like, "Well, I'd think about it." And she's like, "No, seriously, what if I really did?" And she says, "Yes." So they elope, which Maddie, Matt Libby, Libby, the guy who does all the promo.
Oh, yeah.
The publicity guy. He's very disgusted. Oh, no, because he's planning this big, huge. He said, "Yes, they'll elope secretly to a grand wedding with thousands of guests." And so
it doesn't work like that.
He's like, "No, they're not gonna do that." So they elope in a really cute scene, and her buddy is the witness. Her buddy, the assistant director,
Danny McGuire.
Danny McGuire. He's there to witness it for them.
Of course,
her friend, always there for her. And then they go out on a trailer camping honeymoon in the mountains, and the honeymoon's really cute.
Yeah, she's in the back cooking and like
wahoo.
Yeah, it's like bopping all over the place. Yeah, they're young and in love.
Yeah, Shauna was just grinning during that scene for some reason. I think it's just the whole tempo of it was just really cute. So they return from their honeymoon, and Esther's popularity is just skyrocketing, man. She's just the stratosphere.
She's it, man.
She is the it girl. And Norman realizes his own career is over. Yeah. Despite Oliver's attempts to help him, Oliver's like, well, there's this great part in this movie. It's not elite. Now, see, nowadays, a big actor taking a small role in a movie like
that's very common.
It can restart your career.
Yeah. Happens often.
Especially in a situation like he was in, that could restart your career. But back then, he was like, oh, no, that's going to show everybody I'm a loser.
That's below
and
me.
It's kind of true back then. It's kind of true.
Right.
That's how
I get
it was.
I get it. Yeah, it makes sense.
So he's like, oh, no, I've got some other offers and stuff I'm going to look into. And Oliver's like, oh, okay. He's like,
but it's either that or nothing. Like, do you want, and it's nothing. But you know what? Nowadays, where like what you just said is true, now, like to show that you're a flaming out, you would do like a low budget commercial or something, or you see advertisements for these weird things, or you move to like Hallmark, maybe the Hallmark channel. I don't know, or do something like that. I think you see a lot of actors that end up flaming out and just going.
And I love how you're okay, Timothy Chalamet. I love how you're calling the Hallmark Channel like flaming out.
Sorry,
I apologize to all ballet,
the amazing actors and actresses who are a part of the Hallmark Channel. Do not get me wrong. I'm sure you are wonderful at what you do, top of your craft.
Well, here's my thing, because I remember back when I was dancing, it's like there are this many parts. Mm-hmm. And there are this many people trying to get those parts.
Right, very little.
I'm telling you, to be in the entertainment industry in any form, there's so much competition.
There's just so much supply and so little demand.
Yeah,
right?
And also so much luck is involved.
Right,
there is luck involved.
Right place, right
as
time.
with anything.
Right
as with
look,
anything.
right. True. Yep.
So anyway, he stays sober for a while, but his situation just pushes him over the edge, and he starts drinking again. And part of it is Libby. He runs into Libby one day, and he always thought he and Libby were pals, and Libby was only putting up with him. And I can see Libby's side of it.
Well, it was a professional thing for him. I think he wanted to keep it like that.
Libby didn't have to be that nasty.
He didn't. He was a dick, man. Like he was mean to him.
But also, looking through Libby's eyes, for years he's having put up with this jerk, this drunken asshole.
That's true too. Nobody liked
years
Norman.
He had to do this.
Yeah, he had a really bad reputation.
Midnight calls at 2 or 3 in the morning to bail him out someplace, and just constantly covering his ass. And it was like
he was a mess.
And Norman should have known a little better of what a trouble he was, but he probably didn't remember most of it.
Well, he thinks in himself he's a changed person, like he's sobered up, and you can tell he's much nicer now. He's a different person, but
he's one of those people that when he drinks, he turns into a different person.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and we've all known them,
Mm-hmm.
So that he has a big confrontation, and boom, he starts drinking again.
Mm-hmm.
So Esther, and this is a big scene.
Mm-hmm.
Esther wins the Academy Award for Best Actress.
Yeah. Right.
And like I said earlier, when she gets up there and accepts that award, that's her Oscar that she already won once.
That's cool.
That she's just holding there, using as a prop. And all those Oscars on that table were all real Oscars that people had when they brought them in to use. Yeah, because they didn't have any fake ones. So here,
as props,
you got 2, bring them in.
Right. Yeah.
Awesome. You can, that's great. I only got 1.
Genuine prop.
I love it. So Norman interrupts her acceptance speech, famously very drunken.
Oh, man.
Demanding, I want 3 awards for the worst acting of the year, and accidentally slaps her when he dramatically throws his arms back. He slaps her right across the face.
And she handled it with such grace, man, the way she did.
She's very, very calm and graceful. And come on, Normie, let's go sit down. Right. And then the bitch that we talked about at the beginning that Normie had as his quote date or whatever, escort, whatever, comes up to, oh, darling, you must be so proud right now. So
what a trick!
You capital K-U-M.
Right,
you know what?
I see what you're doing there. I see what you're doing.
And of course, no.
And she, of course,
Vicky
just says thank you.
Gracious, thank you. And
Thank you was all that she gave her.
I will not lower myself even now. And I just admire her even more.
Absolutely.
So, Norman goes to a sanitarium.
And sanitarium's not like crazy. Like this is like a rehab center, right?
Yeah. Well,
But they called it a
but
sanitarium?
that's what they called them back then.
Okay.
They called them. I'm sorry, not sanitariums. I don't know what the difference is. They called.
I think they called it a sanitarium in the movie.
No, sanatorium.
A sanatorium. Okay. Not to be confused with
don't
the
ask me what the
mental
difference
institution.
is. Don't ask me what the difference between an A and an O are. I have no difference there.
Right.
I don't know.
Okay.
But it's a sanatorium according to the script that I looked at. But his alcoholism just gets worse and worse. So
he's in the
I'm sorry, I messed up.
Oh.
This is when it seems like he's actually doing better, and this is when he has the run in with
right, because he'd already gone sober.
I did that too early. Yeah,
before the bar when you met back up with what's his name with Libby.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Okay,
so this is when he runs
Okay.
into Libby, and this is when he really, and this is when he goes on a 4-day binge, and he gets arrested. And he gets sentenced to 90 days in jail. But then Esther, she finds out where he is, and she says, "No, I have to go help him."
Well, and she used her clout to get him off for just having it dismissed.
Yes. So she pleads with him. I'll take him under my care. And the judge, who is impressed that it's Esther,
hey, I know
Vicky
you.
Lester.
Can you sign my gavel?
Yeah, I know. I mean, it was a little like, okay, a little privileged, but okay,
exactly.
It works for the movie. It works for the movie.
Right.
So he suspends Norman's sentence and puts him in custody of Esther. And she gets Oliver to come over, and she says, "I've got to give up my career and just devote myself." He devoted himself to my career. Now I have to devote myself to him.
Wow.
I have to
what
be here for
a sacrifice. After she did everything to get her to her position, she's willing to give it all up to help him. That's something, isn't it?
She knows she wouldn't be there without him also.
But
and I know there's
true.
I think, and and what it is, he matters more to her than the career. And I think that's what it's saying. That's
That's
matters
exactly
more.
right. That's right.
So Norman overhears her and obviously feels incredibly guilty about all this.
Yeah.
And drowns himself out in the ocean after telling her he's going for a swim. And I love when he turns back before he leaves, he says, "Hey," and she turns around, and this is what he said to her the first night he met her. I just wanted to take a look one more time, or have one more look. I'm not getting the quote direct.
Yeah.
But it is, and she just smiles at him like, "Okay," and then he's gone.
Not thinking much of it. Yeah.
And then
Tragic.
he's gone. Yeah. So,
but what in his right mind thinks that is better forever? Because he didn't want to be in her way, right?
He didn't want to be in her way, and he didn't think that he could. He realized
continue living the way.
I can't beat this.
And not just that, but holding her back, holding her down from what she's destined to do.
Well, that's
wasn't him.
And she's always going to have to be taking care of me, because I'm always going to be this, and I can't stop this, and I can't stand in her way anymore.
That's no life to live.
And I feel, I mean, it's tragic, and you'd like to think that would be different now, maybe, but I don't know. That's rough.
Yeah.
So Esther is shattered, of course. Who wouldn't be? And she decides, I'm done. I'm going to go home. I'm done. So, she goes home, and all of a sudden, who should show up but her grandmother,
of course,
who has heard that Esther is quitting, and her grandmother tells her about this letter that Esther sent her when they got married, saying how proud he was of Esther and how much he loved her and how much he wanted her to, he was so proud of her, And her grandmother is saying, "Do you think he would want you to do this?" Because she's saying, "I quit. I can't follow through on my commitments. I'm done. I can't do this." And she's like, "He wouldn't want you to do this. He would never want you to do this."
That's part of why he sacrificed his own life so that you could do this.
Yes. And so, because of her words and the reminder of Norman's very deep love that was in this movie, seemed very real to me, Esther is convinced to stay in show business. And so she goes to the premiere of the next film at Grauman's Chinese Theater, of course, the famous place. And then as they're walking in, she sees Esther's handprints again, and it's has a moment. But okay, it's going to be okay. And so when she gets there, Esther is asked to say a few words into the microphone to her many fans listening across the world, when she announces one of the famous sentences in film history. Hello, everybody. This is Mrs. Norman Maine.
Roll the credits.
Yes. Roll credits.
Good ending. Good ending.
I just got a goosebump.
Yeah. They ended it right.
Okay, I'm going to try not to get too deep in background stuff, but I love these movies so much. So a little bit of background. This is widely considered to be the first Technicolor film that was a bona fide critical and box office success.
Really?
Yeah, there had been others that came out, and they were like kind of like I don't know what the word I'm using for it, but like joke, not joke movies, but like
Laughter.
Oh, look, it's in color.
Okay.
And a little comedy short or something. But this was the first movie. And it was like I was talking with Shauna about, it's in color, but it's not blah in your face. Look at the colors. It's very subtle and tasteful. You don't think about it being, this is a color movie. You don't think about it.
I actually did think, because it's like, this is 1930s. I was expecting black and white. And when it popped in color, I was like, whoa, okay. They must have remastered it or something.
No, that was it came out in Technicolor. And it was otherwise before this, all the color films had been like garish and oversaturated. Many people complain of having headaches from watching them. They were so strong.
The bright green stuff.
Yeah. This was the pretty much successful. It didn't get nominated, but it did get for an Oscar. But it did get a lot of attention. And I said that the Oscar that she holds in that movie is actually her own. The movie's line, "Hello, everybody. This is Mrs. Norman Maine," was voted as the number 52 of the 100 greatest movie lines by Premiere Magazine in 2007.
Okay.
The original title for this movie was "It Happened in Hollywood."
Okay.
That was the original. And, the original movie it was based on was What Price Hollywood. They were going to call this "It Happened in Hollywood." Then they decided, no, we want to make it a much more different title than that, So they went with A Star Is Born.
Hollywood Kills.
Hollywood Kills. I love it.
They couldn't just ruin it for everybody.
How about so how much are you going to charge me to do this thing right here right now, Hollywood?
the marquees weren't quite big enough for that title.
Okay, I feel like this episode, I've been doing a lot of and but I'm so excited. I love this movie. So I love these movies so much.
Sure.
Well, I should say most of them I love a lot.
Okay.
We'll talk about that later on. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's get into the critics. The critics. Sean Axerman. I'm really hitting it out of the park today. Sean Axmaker. Pardon me, Sean. Sean Axmaker from Stream On Demand said, the quintessential showbiz drama, a grand fable of Hollywood stardom done up with romantic glamour and tragic melodrama, and a cynical undercurrent of caustic wit.
Yeah.
I think for that time, and one of these,
interesting.
You'll see. The next one I've quoted before, Matt Brunson from Film Frenzy. Those who expect this version to be softer and more sentimental than its remakes might be surprised at its harshness.
Okay.
A lot of people think, it's so old, it's going to be cutesy, and they're going to gloss over stuff. No, they don't. He's drunk.
There were some cutesy parts in it too, she's adorable, as expected.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. They do hit it. There are some dark parts to this.
Oh yeah. They're not afraid to go there. The Variety staff at Variety says, the highly commendable results are achieved with a minimum of satiric hokum and a maximum of honest storytelling.
Okay.
I agree with that very much, like the last one too. I think for a movie that came out when it did, 1937,
right? Yeah,
it's surprisingly honest and upfront. And I think they did a great job. We'll get your opinion in a minute. Scores: IMDb 7.3.
It's pretty
okay.
Good.
This kills me though. Rotten Tomatoes tomato meter 100%.
Wow, really? The critics love it.
Have we done any 100% movies?
I can't think of any.
I don't know high 90s. Have. I know we've done high 90s.
100%.
And I have to wonder. It's 100%, and I rechecked it. It's still 100%.
Wow. Okay.
Popcorn meter 78%. That sounds more realistic to me. Although I would probably put it at 90 at least myself.
Do you think maybe that the critics just like, because it's such a legendary classic movie, that they may give it a little more than it needed? Or do they try to
usually
gauge it? I mean, because it did kind of set the stage for so much else that there is to
it did
that we know today.
I just, they're going by all the, published critics that they can, gather results from here.
So when they vote, it's either fresh or not fresh, right?
No, when they vote, they give it usually a percentage.
Oh, okay. It's a percentage.
Yeah, so these critics are giving it 100%. They're not just saying hi.
Everybody's giving it 100%.
Every single one on there has given it 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Believe me, I looked.
Wow. I know.
So let me ask you, Keith, would you give it 100%? Would you recommend this?
It's a 1930s movie, Jay. It's almost 100 years old. How am I ever going to like a movie? I love this movie. It was really done really well, man. I love it. I was really interested in the whole way through. I followed every line, every part. Love
I'm so glad.
Storytelling. I love that they didn't shy away from the horrors of addiction and how it can just turn someone's
surprisingly
life. And it all happened at a time when this wonderful, adorable young lady was kind of trying to find, and as positive she is, in like the hardest place to make it in the world, other than maybe New York City. No, probably even more so, I'd say, just because of how hard it is.
They're both rough.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But, the way that they played it off, it was done really well. And knowing what I did from the more recent one that I saw, I liked how it was kind of a different story, but the same story in itself. It was done well. I really liked it.
Excellent. I'm so glad to hear that. That's so exciting. Yay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we will be getting into the other three A Star is Borns. And after that, we will actually go back to the movie that came up with this whole idea. Okay. Hollywood, which came out before this, but until today, thanks to you, Keith, I didn't know that you would be able to watch it anywhere. So,
hey, if there's a will, there's a way. We'll make it happen.
I'm impressed, man. I'm very impressed. I looked everywhere, I thought, but anyway, I should have known you'd be able to find it. Oh my gosh. Okay. So before we get into next time, let's talk about where you can find us, folks. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, X. You can find our podcast on Apple, Spotify, Amazon Prime, YouTube, wherever you catch your pods. And wherever you catch your pods, please subscribe to us and leave us a rating. We would like to hear from you. So, Keith, you've got something for me next time. And you gave me what was the title?
It's called Breakdown. It's like 60 years post this movie, but
it is exactly. Okay. A Star is Born, 1937. This is Breakdown, 1997. Exactly 60 years apart.
60 years to the year.
That's funny. Okay.
Well, this one is
Jonathan
directed by Mostow. Sorry, John.
Maybe.
It stars the wonderful Kurt Russell.
Okay, I'm in.
When I told you this, you were like, I haven't seen this. I haven't seen a Kurt Russell movie.
Yeah, I'm like, how did you find a Kurt Russell movie that I have not seen? I'm a big Kurt Russell fan.
Yeah.
Even when the movie's not that great, he's one of those actors that's always good no matter what he's in.
I totally agree. And
no
he's
matter
in
what
so
he's in.
much.
So I feel good already.
Okay, right. And he stars opposite J.T. Walsh, who is another guy.
Yes.
Around
I'm
this
seeing
time.
Kathleen Quinlan here too. I love her.
He's in it too. I don't. I can't wait for this conversation. Yeah. I've been on a roll lately, and so I hope to keep it going.
You really have.
But you never know. We'll see where this one ends up. I'm glad that you like Kurt Russell already, so that's a good sign. Breakdown 1997. We'll get into it next.
Awesome. Okay, folks. Well, that'll be next time, and that will be episode number 249. And until then, I'm Jay Bullington.
I'm Keith Carcino.
And y'all keep watching movies.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay.